Asian stock markets approached the end of the day in the red after President Donald Trump said the US would raise tariffs on Chinese goods if no deal can be reached between the two sides. The Chinese Shanghai Composite Index was down 0.78% as it neared closing time. The Hong Kong Hang Seng was 0.71% lower and Japan's Nikkei 225 was down 0.62%. Meanwhile, the Japanese yen, a so-called safe haven asset, was trading higher. The yield on the 10-year US Treasury bond was lower at 1.741%, indicating investors had sold risk and bought safety. The market movements were largely driven by Trump's comments. "If we don't make a deal with China, I'll just raise the tariffs even higher," he told a cabinet meeting yesterday. He said he had a good relationship with China, and said it was moving along on trade. But he said Beijing would have struck a deal I like. Christin Tuxen, chief analyst at Danske Bank, called it a case of here we go again. These renewed strains come after news yesterday that the US and China were in possible final negotiations over how much tariffs should be rolled back, he said. Another difficulty for trade talks is the move by the US Senate to yesterday pass a bill that requires a guarantee of Hong Kong's autonomy and warn China against suppressing protesters violently. The US backing of Hong Kong demonstrators fueled Chinese anger and officials called upon the US to stop interfering with internal Chinese affairs, said Tuxen.Yet Mark Haefele, chief investment officer at UBS Global Wealth Management, said he still thought a Phase 1 deal would soon be reached. The initial agreement would likely include a resolution of less critical issues such as China's purchases of US agricultural products and opening up of its financial services sector, as well as improving the transparency of its currency regime. Image credit, Getty. For more on this story, visit the news article link.